Between 1968 and 1972, America launched 9 human missions to the moon, 6 of which successfully touched down, enabling 12 men to walk on the lunar surface. NASA's next chapter of lunar exploration, known as Artemis, aims not only to establish a long-term human presence on and around the moon, but also to prepare for more complex human missions to Mars. In essence, everything we aim to achieve there must first be accomplished here. So, what does an Artemis mission entail? Every aspect is meticulously designed and rigorously tested, with the utmost consideration for the most critical element, the astronauts. This is embodied in their deep space, human-rated spacecraft called Orion, constructed in 3 parts. The crew module, where up to 4 astronauts will live and work throughout the flight. The service module, equipped with life support systems for the crew and its own engines and fuel reserves, and a launch abort system, featuring engines capable of safely pulling the crew module during launch if necessary. To launch the crew and heavy payloads, NASA is developing the Space Launch System, SLS, comprising a cargo hold, an exploration upper stage, a massive core stage, and 2 extended solid rocket boosters. Together, this constitutes the world's most powerful rocket, surpassing even the legendary Saturn V of the Apollo era. Fully fueled, the entire rocket on the launch pad weighs over 6 million pounds, with 5.2 million pounds consisting of fuel alone. Once ignited, there is no turning back. All 4 RS-25 engines and the 2 solid rocket boosters ignite, propelling the crew skyward. 2 minutes after ignition, the solid rocket boosters are expended and jettisoned. 8 minutes after launch, the core stage is depleted and separated. The upper stage briefly fires, placing Orion into a parking orbit around Earth. Allowing the crew to configure the spacecraft and conduct system checks before embarking on deep space travel. Upon receiving the green light from mission control, the crew reignites the exploration upper stage engines to depart Earth entirely. The timing of this maneuver is crucial to achieve the necessary speed to escape Earth's gravitational pull and intercept the moon's trajectory days later. Once this burn is complete, the upper stage of the SLS is discarded, and the crew aboard Orion coast towards their lunar destination. Approaching the moon, we observe fundamental differences between Artemis and Apollo. Instead of relying on Orion as an expendable lunar command module or carrying a constrained lunar lander, Artemis missions leverage pre-staging. Commercial and international partners position everything required for lunar missions in advance, including rovers, science experiments, and human-rated systems on the lunar surface. This includes a dedicated lunar station in orbit called Gateway, serving as a staging point for a robust lunar lander and communication relay. Designed with open standards, Gateway can accommodate multiple human missions simultaneously, allowing ongoing scientific research between missions. Additionally, Gateway's unique halo orbit enables access to every part of the moon, a capability unavailable during the Apollo missions. Returning to the crew, as they approach Gateway, Orion must match the elliptical orbit of the station for successful docking. Pre-selected crew members transfer to the lunar lander, while others remain on Gateway. The lunar lander is equipped for 3 distinct phases, descending from Gateway's halo orbit to low lunar orbit, descending from low lunar orbit to the surface, and launching from the lunar surface back to Gateway. Once back aboard Orion and undocked from Gateway, the crew execute maneuvers to return to Earth's trajectory. As they near Earth, The service module is released, and the heat shield-oriented first enters the atmosphere at 25,000 miles per hour. The friction of air slows Orion while subjecting it to temperatures of 5,000 degrees. Parachutes, specially designed and tested for this moment, deploy, decelerating the craft to just 20 miles per hour for splashdown. With each successful mission, Artemis paves the way for the next generation of explorers, demonstrating the readiness to venture beyond